What is more epic than Puni-Chan? This right here.
Pokemon Ranger, I choose you!
What's up everybody, it's your Pokemon Ranger Boy here, and welcome to another review of the Pokemon X, Y, and Z anime. Today guys, we are tackling episode 9, which is called Terminus Cave. The mystery of Z is set in motion. And guys, this episode was so epic, I still can't comprehend what I just have watched. This episode was blown out with action from one to another corner, and I just didn't want it to take my eyes off. So without further ado guys, let's go straight into the review, shall we? So guys, our crew finally arrives at the Terminus Cave, which Shota has recommended, and our heroes are stunned by this beautiful looking cave. But not only are they impressed by the cave itself, but also of the huge variety of Pokemon which are living in this cave. And there's someone who's especially really excited about this cave, and of course this is Puni-Chan, because as we all know, since episode 1, Puni-Chan desperately wanted to go to the Terminus Cave. And with excitement in its body, it goes straight into this cave without any hesitation. Rather surprised by Puni-Chan's weird acting, our crew is trying to keep up with Puni-Chan. But this Terminus Cave is kinda complicated, and as a result of that, they have lost Puni-Chan, which really makes especially Bonnie sad, because of course Bonnie has bonded well with Puni-Chan. But no need to worry Bonnie, your friends will help you out. And because of that, Ash and Clement are calling out Noibat and Luxray, and with their help, they are trying to reunite with Puni-Chan. But like always, Team Rocket is tracking our heroes down, and as a result of that, they are also going straight into the center of the Terminus Cave to find Puni-Chan. So while everybody is trying to find Puni-Chan somehow, we are seeing Puni-Chan actually arriving to this center of the cave, which is of course the location when Zygarde has fought against Team Flare, this really mysterious green glowing lake, which happens to be the habit of Puni-Chan. But the mysteries didn't end there, because Puni-Chan somehow uses this lake to communicate with other Zygarde cores. As we can see that there's also another Zygarde core, which has a blue core in the middle of its body. And as we all know, the perfect Zygarde has more than just those cores. So I think that this lake is used for some kind of communication between the Zygarde cores. And yes, it's communication because they are really speaking to each other. But while sending out those waves to communicate with the other Zygarde cores, unfortunately this also causes Team Flare to actually locate the position of Puni-Chan. And without any hesitation, Team Flare decides to go straight into the Terminus Cave to finally catch Puni-Chan and to achieve their goal. While the upcoming trouble called Team Flare is on their way to the Terminus Cave, our heroes finally arrive at the center of the Terminus Cave, and luckily enough they are finally reuniting with Puni-Chan. And what I really have to point out is the fact that you can see some kind of bond between Ash and Bonnie in this situation. Because when Bonnie was shouting out for Puni-Chan and she was really kinda desperate, Ash somehow really cheered her up in some kind of sibling relationship way, which of course Bonnie already has in form of Clement. But I actually never have seen this kind of relationship between Ash and Bonnie before, and because of that, I'm really glad to see that. And this also proves my point that the XY gang is a family in every way. But unfortunately guys, this reunion is short-lived, because Team Flare also arrives in this center of the Terminus Cave, and they are causing a rampage to finally catch Puni-Chan. So in the end, Puni-Chan got seriously injured, which shocks our heroes and of course especially Bonnie, because the bond between Bonnie and Puni-Chan is something special, and I really love to see how Bonnie really cares for Puni-Chan. And I think this is a good way to see how Bonnie's character actually has developed throughout the series, because now you can see that Bonnie is not always the happy little kid, but that she also can act like an adult. And while we are seeing Team Flare and Team Rocket fighting for Puni-Chan, Ash gets out his Greninja and saves Puni-Chan once again from Team Flare. And after rescuing Puni-Chan, we are seeing battle scenes after battle scenes between Team Flare and the XY gang. One attack after another. And I thought this was really epic, because you could see Pokemon, for example like Noibat, who didn't really got that much screen time, going against really strong Pokemon. And I'm so glad that Noibat finally got some screen time again, and I hope that it will also get some screen time again in the future. Noibat actually gets screen time in the future, because one of the future episodes will focus on Noibat, but this is another story. So while battling Team Flare, Bonnie actually tells Puni-Chan that Puni-Chan has no reason to worry and that Bonnie will protect Puni-Chan. And I think as a result of this speech, Puni-Chan now has the desire to also protect Bonnie. And because of that, it gathers all the energy around the Terminus Cave and activates its dog-like Zygarde form, which of course our heroes never have seen before, and because of that they are quite surprised. And with this Zygarde dog form, Puni-Chan destroys nearly the entire group of Team Flare. But Puni-Chan also realizes that while being in this form, that Puni-Chan is also dangerous for the group and especially for Bonnie. And as a result of this, Puni-Chan decides to leave the cave so it can avoid danger for the group. But of course, Team Flare as the main villains won't give up that easily and decides to chase after Puni-Chan. But luckily enough, Greninja and Pikachu are quick enough to catch up with Team Flare instead. So that in the end, there will be another battle between Team Flare and Ash's Pokemon. And although Greninja seems to have a little bit of trouble against Manectric and Liepard at the beginning, Ash, as our hero of course, is motivating Greninja. And after Greninja's battle spirit is up again, we are finally seeing Ash-Greninja, the heroic Greninja of the Ninja Village, back in action again. And guys, although Satoshi Greninja really kicked ass, we are also getting a little bit more insight about the details of this transformation, and that there's also a disadvantage for Ash. Because guys, when Greninja actually got damaged, we are seeing that Ash also get damaged as well. And I'm really looking forward to see how Ash will get around this disadvantage to use this Greninja form even more efficiently. So in the end, he can use this awesome power to become the Colors champ. And after this rather one-sided battle, Team Flare had no other choice but to retreat for the moment. But of course, they won't give up on chasing Puni-Chan that easily. Being out of the Terminus Cave, the crew is still searching for Puni-Chan. Of course, especially Bonnie is really worrying about Puni-Chan. But she still decides to search for her little friend because she really cares about it. And while the crew is searching for Puni-Chan, Team Flare decides to follow our heroes in the future, so that they can get Puni-Chan easier. But of course Team Rocket, as the one villains who are chasing our heroes, won't accept that, and I think they're kinda declaring a war against Team Flare, which of course Team Flare didn't took so seriously. And guys, this is the end. So guys, what can I say about the story? The story is of course the chasing of Puni-Chan and the clash between the XY gang and Team Flare. And guys, I have to say this story was really epic. I just love the mysteries around Puni-Chan and of course the conflict between the XY gang and Team Flare. I love the little details in the story, for example the bond between Ash and Bonnie, the bond between Bonnie and Puni-Chan, which is growing stronger and stronger, and of course the villainous Team Flare who are trying to chase Puni-Chan to get the power of this legendary Pokemon called Zygarde. And let us not forget about, of course, Ash-Greninja and the side effects which result of this transformation. And this story really is making me wanting more, and as a result of that, I will give the story a 10 out of 10. This story was really epic, and a story which ends me up wanting more really deserves this 10 out of 10. So guys, what can I say about the focus? The focus of course was Puni-Chan, and I just loved how the producers of the Pokemon X, Y and Z anime have shown what complex Puni-Chan actually is. We have been revealed to more abilities of Puni-Chan, and how all those abilities of Puni-Chan will somehow connect to his final Zygarde form, and I really will looking forward to this. I have to cut off some points because although the title solely focused on Puni-Chan, in my opinion it also should have been focused a little bit more on Team Flare, because Team Flare was a really main part of the story and not only Puni-Chan alone. I know that Team Flare is of course connected with Puni-Chan, but I really wish that the title was some kind of half Puni-Chan and half Team Flare, and because of that I have to cut off some points. But still, the focus, in my opinion, deserves a 8 out of 10. What can I say about the animation, guys? The animation highlights was of course Puni-Chan itself, how they have shown more and more abilities. The transformation into the dog form really has been done beautifully, and I have to give the X, Y and Z anime that in really critical moments they are using the top-notch animation there, and I really appreciate that. Another highlight animation of course was Ash-Greninja. I mean, Ash-Greninja is always kind of an animation highlight somehow, but I just love this animation especially now today because of the disadvantage of this Greninja mode. I just loved it how when Greninja actually got damaged, how you could see that at the same time that Ash also got damaged, and I just love that situation. And because of that, I will rate today's animation with a 9 out of 10 because it was awesome. So anyway, today's score will be a 9 out of 10 with the recommendation, guys, watch it because this episode had everything. If you want to know more about Team Flare, there it is. If you want to know more about Puni-Chan, yeah, there it is. And if you want to know more about Ash-Greninja, there also is that part. So guys, please watch it. And I hope you have enjoyed my review. And see you guys in my next video. Bye!